Hi, and welcome back to Ignite Success, where we sit down with business owners, business leaders, entrepreneurs, innovators to talk about what they're doing in the community and to hear their success stories so you can be motivated and inspired. I'm Sherrie Clark, I'm your host, and today I'm very excited to have back Mark Scherer and have my friend Paul Threatt on the couches to talk about what you guys are up to. So I want to talk to you first, Mark, about your business.
All right.
Your business being Encompass Life?
Encompass Life, yes.
Yes, what's that about?
It's a coaching university I started, and we teach people to become life coaches, and also we have a leadership development academy as well. And it's a very, very unique system. Developed a system over about the last 15 years, beta tested it for about 8 years, and it produces phenomenal results very, very, very quickly.
That's interesting. So it's for coaches, right?
Coaches and business leaders as well.
Okay.
Basically, life coaching or business leadership is all about self-mastery. So when you can master your own self, then you can become a great leader. If you have a leader who's being scattered, right, what am I going to follow him? No.
Right.
So this work with a thing called emotional intelligence, but what we define emotional intelligence is if somebody gets triggered, what's their recovery time from being able to be triggered and be able to stay in that pocket and become an effective leader. So whether you're doing it as to further yourself or lead your family or become a life coach, it's still the same modality.
Yeah, that's really interesting about the time. And then you work on that, right?
It's a very unique process where instead of working on things over months or whatever, this particular shift happens almost instantaneously. So people can have an issue where in 5 minutes everything shifts. And I mean totally new behaviors, totally new actions, totally new life. And a lot of the times they're not even aware that they made the shift. It happens so quick.
How did you get into this?
Something I've been interested in since I was a kid.
Oh, interesting.
Didn't know what it was called, but I was interested in it. And I started studying consciousness about 35 years ago formally. I trained with trained all over the world with people in Europe, throughout the U.S. I did some mainstream stuff, but I also did some really, really fringy things as well, where I was gone on sabbatical for maybe like 30 days at a time. Sometimes I was gone 4 or 5 months out of the year. And I just kept training, and I was running other businesses with levels of success or failure, kind of doing this up and down thing. And but coaching was something I was always interested in. So as I got older, I said, man, what do I really choose to do with my life? And I started this company about 5 or 6 years ago.
Well, good, good. So it's rocking it, right?
Yes, yeah, we're doing well.
Good. And Paul, tell us about your company, your law firm.
It's my small law firm. It's a boutique, and we help families protect what they've earned and their loved ones and prepare them for the worst situations. So rather than being sort of a reactive law firm where you have a disaster and then we come in, and charge you max rate to get you out of a situation you found yourself in, we try to prepare the family beforehand. And one of the things that makes my firm a little different is a lot of estate planning firms just say, okay, when you die, who gets your stuff and how? That's where the planning for them starts. For us, we realize that people are going to have crises long before they ever end up passing away, and they're going to have health care issues and all these other challenges in life, and so we try to prepare you for that as well. So, durable powers of attorney, health care powers of attorney, all those things that help you deal with life long before you pass away. And then, of course, we have a plan to protect the things that you've earned and help protect you from a high medical cost if you need Medicaid assistance to take care of long-term care needs. So my firm is all about helping families protect what they've earned. And that's a really nice shift for me from my history of having been a defense attorney for the military and travel all over the world. It's just really good to come home and help American families take care of what they earned. It feels like what I've been trying to do my whole life.
Yeah. Well, we've talked, and you have this really interesting background of working in the military and being a defense attorney there. And now here you are, you've got Paul H. Threatt Law Firm, and you're doing what is it? Preparation prevents panic, and you're doing
Exactly.
that now. And so it's really interesting to do that. So how can they get a hold of you if they need some estate planning going on?
It's very simple. My website is set up to make it easy for people to get in contact with me. And so it's my initials, pht-lawlaw.com. So pht-law.com. And there's a form in there. You can give me a quick brief. Don't give me a lot of details. It's okay. I'm going to call you soon, or somebody from the firm is going to call you soon, and we'll go over it in detail. We'll set up a 1-hour appointment, kind of get an idea of where you are and what you need, and we'll go from there. And there's really no situation, no complex family situation that we can't handle. A lot of families now are blended families, and sometimes you have a blended family that adopted a child. There are planning techniques for all of that. And we help you whether you're in the middle ages and maybe you have aging parents and you need to help take care of them, or you're in your middle ages and you have children. And a lot of families haven't thought about the fact that if something happened, like you and the wife are in the car on I-95 when the accident happens and something happens to both of you, who's going to take care of the kids? So a lot of times people tell me, don't even talk to people under 55. They're not prepared for the reality that disasters are going to hit. And I think that's a terrible idea. I'm trying to talk to young families, and especially families with young kids, because if you were to pass away or something and you didn't have a plan, the money and the resources that you have available would go into a guardianship for the kid. And that's far more difficult than if you have a trust set up and a trustee and you're prepared, and then whoever has your kid also has the resources to take care of them. That's why I'm trying to help families, is because a lot of times I think their families have just run into situations they're not prepared for, and I want to stop that. I want to come home and take care of good Americans and good families.
Good words of advice.
Thank you.
Thank you
Sure
for
thing.
your service as well.
Thanks.
Thank you, Mark, for being on the show. Thank you, Paul, for being on the show. If you want to know more about Mark Scherer and Paul Threatt, you can go to iwantabuzz.com, and that's it for this segment, and I'll catch you in the next one. With Storehouse Media Group, we are an award-winning publisher, and we are everything books. We take an author who wants to write a book, whether it's with a concept, and we help flesh it out and develop it, or we will write the book for them, or we edit the book, or we publish the book, and we can market it to bestseller. All of the above. Everything books. That's what Storehouse Media Group is.